This is actually take 2. I forgot to hit record on the camera the first time, so we already pre-popped. We pre-popped, but
this is the second accidental pre-pop.
Accidental pre-pop. Next week we'll nail it.
If we don't, it's okay.
We'll
you
get
know
the
what?
crack next week.
Allow yourself flaws in life and allow yourself mistakes.
Yeah, we're recording with video now, so sometimes I'm like, oh man, we got to hit record on the video. And so anyway, we had to reset. So this is our second intro, but welcome to another episode of 3 Feet Deep. My name's Andy.
My name is Raquel.
And we are here. Week 2, back to back. Told you, 3 Feet Deep is back. It's we're gonna keep trying to knock these out on Wednesdays. To be honest with you, editing last week's episode and things of that nature, it was like, it felt good. I felt really good about it. You know what's weird? Watching back, just like I watched it, right? Like I watched the episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I
Did
had
you?
to. Well, I had to edit it.
You had to, yes, I suppose.
Before I would literally, dude, we'd get drunk on the episode, and I would literally go and just upload it. So if you listen back to the older episodes, you don't have to at all. But if anybody did, you can probably hear the audio recording get better and better over time, too.
Oh, no. I mean, that's been established. That was established a year ago.
Well,
we've gotten way better at our craft. And every time we do it, it's going to get sicker, hopefully. Yeah. So thank you for those. Okay, so real quick, thank you for those who've been around since day one.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't, if you've been around since last week, sick, thank you.
If you haven't tuned in yet, we can't wait to have you. Welcome to the show.
Welcome. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe. Welcome to my channel.
Last week we talked about that break a lot, which was cool, but I felt good. I felt good editing. I felt really cool. It was awesome. I was excited.
We've seen a lot of support already from people that we love who have been pretty excited about it, and that makes me more excited, which is really cool too. I just love it.
I'm just excited to be working on something again, weekly. It fulfills me artistically. I will say, I edited last week's episode just on iMovie because my MacBook behind us here is too old to run the new Final Cut, which is a bummer.
That sucks. Yeah. It's our computers are only maybe 6, 7 years old,
yeah.
6, 7, 8 years old, which is not.
That's old, though.
Oh, fuck.
Think about
I guess
that.
it is.
Say that out loud
I
one more
bought
time.
mine's a refurb. Mine's a 2018 refurb.
Yeah, mine's a 2017 because I got mine a year before. So I think that's going to be something I'm working towards soon as upgrading. I wanted to this past year, but being a grown adult, money has to go other places sometimes. But I think next year, that's going to be the thing I upgrade to because, I just like being creative on it. And my computers, it still honestly functions really well. I store everything really smart, and it runs great. It's just a lot of the newer software, it doesn't work.
Oh.
So it sucks. So I had to do that on iMovie, and it's just literally iMovie's cool to learn. My daughter does iMovie on her iPad, and that's cool. But the edit stuff is just there's no options. So this week I downloaded Adobe Premiere. So the episode you're watching right now with John Goblicon is going to be edited on Adobe Premiere. So hopefully it looks better, or
hopefully it premieres well.
Maybe I messed with it for an hour and went back and edited this one on iMovie. I don't know yet. That's for tomorrow.
I might give a crack at that because I'm going to tell you, if you get annoyed with it, let me know because maybe I'll try because I don't have a particular set. You know what I mean? You know how you said you're kind of used to Apple controls and things like that. I'm not. I kind of am.
Yeah. Well, you've done a lot more on Photoshop and stuff like that, so that workfall might be easier for you with Premiere.
Oh, yeah, because I do know the Adobe cuts.
But you know what the thing is? I guess what I'm kind of getting at is I'm actually excited. I edit these usually.
Try new things.
Yeah, while I'm on my day job, I edit these, and I'm excited to kind of dive into a new program tomorrow for Premiere. So that's something cool. That's something cool. I'm excited about that. Hopefully the episode looks cooler. But that's just my tangent to start the beginning of the show. I was really excited to edit last week's episode and just interact with people, like you said. It was it just felt cool. I'm oh shit. Cool.
Shout out to a couple of homies who commented. Jamie Monster.
Yeah, Hanging with Monster podcast. Check him out. Yeah, everybody's cool.
I think one was Pluta. I don't want to say complete names because we had that whole thing last week.
We are not good at that. Last week we're hey, let's not say anybody's names, and then we doxed 6 people, and then I didn't edit them out.
I only doxed one person, and we're not with us anymore, so they're not necessarily doxed.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm saying your names because I love you guys. But thanks for all the shout-outs.
And because we think you're cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for the love.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. It's cool. It makes working on stuff and putting stuff out feel cool. You know what I mean? Because people interact with it, they enjoy it. I'm sure not all episodes will be that way. I don't know how tonight's episode will be. Rachel and I literally just got home from a 6-hour birthday party for my daughters.
I kind of.
Yeah, so we're a little bit worn out this evening.
I kind of love a child's birthday party.
Oh man, I'm a kid. I'm the biggest kid. They're one of my daughter's friends today. She's like, "How old are you?"
They nailed it too. They nailed it too. Well, because
Harper knows.
Because Harper
my daughter
knows.
Yeah.
She was like, "Your daughter asked us." Ooh, I got a tickle. How old you were, and then told. She didn't give her friend the opportunity to guess.
She's like, I already know, so I'm gonna feel cool.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. No, we had a lot of fun. I love their parties. We fucking for the last 3 years have been doing the cake.
Yeah.
Of something, right?
We do the cakes.
And we did cookie cakes this year, which were sick. And I'm gonna tell you, I got a little fucking pissed because we did 3 because his ex, they have a little one, and we love her too because she's a sweetheart. She's like the half sister of ours.
How can you not take it? Okay, I've seen me, and I don't mean to derail you, but I just want to chime in with this really quickly because, my kids are kids of divorce, but they do have another little sister, and I just
how are we gonna leave her out? She's a baby.
I won't
She's
ever.
a baby.
I saw that one video that one time where it was a different circumstance. My circumstance, I'm very blessed with, to be honest with you, how we interact. But I saw this one meme one time where a mom was mad that the dad didn't bring her other kids McDonald's, which, given the circumstances,
I'm gonna tell you,
it probably would have been financially.
It is not required.
It's not required.
It is not required. And if you don't do it, it doesn't make you a bad person either. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that because it's not your fucking kid. But also, we see her a lot.
Yeah.
We see her a lot. She likes us a lot. You know what I mean? I got mad because I left this Peppa
kids,
Pig
man.
at home
I don't
today.
care if they're your kids, if they're anybody else's kids. They're kids, so you take care of them. That's what you do. So yeah, we got our own cookie cake, and she was super
love
excited.
every child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, shut the fuck up, but also give me a hug. Yeah. I love you.
I'll tell you, that was a lot. You know what I mean?
Well, that's a lot for both of us. I have grown to be a person who has definitely required less social interaction over the years, but at least everybody that was there was really nice and really cool. You go places sometimes, you know what I mean? You run into turds that suck. So I was just happy celebrating the kids.
Turds that suck. Yeah, I'm just very blessed. I still go over there. I still feel loved. I still feel you know what I mean, part of the fam, hanging out with Lair. You know what I mean? It's just the circumstances are different, but I don't feel I feel awkward. I do feel awkward. I just don't want to I don't care to make friends with any of the adults there. So I'm just kind of quiet in the corner. But then when we do strike up conversations, that was so nice. Yeah. I'm just not going out of my way to be like, what do you do for work, pal? You know what I mean?
Again, to bring it back to the original point is we supply the cake and the cookies, and that's what everybody likes.
You know, I will say this, for a kid's party, right? Everybody always gets cake and shit. We got 3 cookie cakes. And they were gone.
Thanks to Jewel Osco.
Shout out
2 out of the 3 I
Shout
really
out to
enjoyed. The
Jules.
3rd I wasn't necessarily satisfied, but you know what? I made it look better. And I was fine with it.
Yeah.
It was just plain. They made 2 of them super sick.
Yeah,
and then one of them was just
plain.
there it is.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn it. So I got some fucking pretty cool unicorn sprinkles.
Yep.
And I did jazz that bitch up. But it was sick. I didn't eat any of it because I knew that frosting would make me sick to my stomach because it's so
I had
sweet.
none. I had 0 cookie.
But
cookie
everybody
cake.
loved it.
Everybody ate the shit out of them. Yeah.
Cookie cakes, guys.
That
Don't
was
forget
cool.
about
Don't
them.
forget about cookie cakes. Don't sleep on cookie cakes.
I was going to say, don't sleep on a cookie cake.
Man,
So we had our kids, we had the babies all week, and then we finished the end of the week with the party, which was really sick.
Yeah.
And it's just cool to see everybody interact. Everybody had a good time. One of the kids had a crazy fucking nosebleed.
Yeah.
And kids don't know what to do.
You know,
in this situation.
It was also weird how
nobody gave a fuck.
None of the adults care. Well, it's kids, man.
There was also a lot going on, though.
There was a lot.
That's not anything. There was so many people scattered doing different stuff. So that's not here. They're there. Wait. We took care of it. We'll do it again. So we ended the week with the party.
Yeah.
Which was really nice.
Had the kids all week and at the party. Yeah.
It was really cool to see everybody interact. I like to see everybody come together. You know what I mean? At it's the end of the work week. It was a gorgeous frickin' day.
Almost chilly.
It did get chilly towards the end.
Almost chilly.
Well, we were sitting in the garage, so I was unbothered. I was actually kind of sweaty for a period of time there. But really awesome day. I think the kids all really had a good time. I mean, I don't know what time it is exactly, but I would imagine that they're probably still.
Nah.
You don't think that the adults are driveway partying?
Oh, the adults are probably sitting out their driveway partying. You know what I mean? It's about
I couldn't imagine. They
all
probably
do
going
that.
all day.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's such a long fucking day.
Yeah. I couldn't. Yeah, it's
To
one of those
host-
weird. You know, one weird thing that people don't talk about as being like a divorced parent is both sides get breaks, and I think that's really important. That's like one of those weird silver linings nobody talks about, but both sides get breaks. You know, so yeah, you have them now for a few days.
Well,
You know what I mean?
and I think I think it's good for the kids too. Like in any situation, as long as like even not us, like as long as like the parents are like amicable and chill, I think it's really important for the kids and for the parents, like you said, because like wow, if you are together, it's great. You know what I mean? Like you make it happen. You work together. Sure, it's awesome if you're not like at shitty ends with your ex partner. Like, I mean, I don't have the most wonderful feelings towards my ex person, but like at least it's chill. You know what I mean? Like things could be way worse, and I think having somebody who is cool on the other end and you can talk to and you can figure things out, it's a blessing. You know what I mean?
It took a while to get there.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's okay.
But I think it's I think like my two kids have always been like the focus for everybody, like our whole family.
Yeah.
So everybody kind of realizes like, oh, you know what I mean? Dad might have,
Well, none of that
they might
matters.
have looked at me as a fuck up at some portion in time. I don't necessarily believe that's the feeling anymore. But you know what I mean? They may have been, but then they're like, it doesn't matter. I'll stick together. So no, it's cool. I don't feel like I get that at all anymore. Actually.
I'm going to ask you a serious question.
Yeah.
Do you think you're the black sheep of your family? I think I
Are
probably
you
am.
kidding me? Do you know me? Do you know my family? Are you absolutely kidding me? I am 1000% the black sheep. Yeah.
I will say I wasn't the first kid. I wasn't the first pregnant teen,
I mean,
which is fine
I don't.
anyways.
You know, I don't want to say unfortunate. I know like Caitlin and everybody, which is awesome. But I don't know your family deep, like you know my family deep.
Dude, my own family doesn't talk to me. Not even in a bad way. Like we were kind of having this conversation a little bit earlier, and we respectfully ended it because we were going to talk about it now.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing when you realize like your family doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like I haven't been to like a
Hey, if people
family
gave
holiday.
a fuck, they would be in your life.
Well, hold on. Like what I'm
So-
saying is like I haven't been to like a holiday in so long, and like sometimes like but that's fine. Like I recognize like my thing is if they wanted to see me all that bad, like they'd reach out to me. Like sure, maybe I'm not on like the fucking St. Patrick's Day family group text because they know I'm not gonna fucking come because none of them give a fuck outside. I love all of you, but like you don't give a shit about me.
You know, I think there's this weird thing that happens with just like people in general. It's just like it's not that people don't give a fuck about people. It's not that like my cousins and like my Uncle Phil and shit that I don't talk to. Maybe they don't give a fuck about me, but
And
I
when
think
I say that, I don't mean it in
I
a
just
bad
think, like,
way. You know what I mean?
I think when family members don't talk to each other for a while, there's this weird harboring animosity that like exists for no reason. I think that about friendships sometimes too. Like, oh, I didn't talk to you for 3 years. I thought you were mad at me, but like last time I saw you, we had a great. Why would I ever be mad at you? And it's just like life happens, right? Like time passes, life happens, and you're like, dude, it's been fucking like 6 years since I saw my uncle. Like that's like fucking crazy to say out loud, but then like you're like, I didn't reach out to him. I could have reached out to him, and then like you as a person, right? You're like, oh man, I should. But then you're like, wait a second.
Okay, exactly.
They didn't reach out to me either.
Okay, so here's gonna be.
I totally understand.
I
what you
wish
mean.
my mom could hear this right now. Maybe I'll tell her to listen to this
Let's light
fucking
this jacket.
episode.
I'm a little chilly.
If my mom could hear this, and again, maybe I'll have her listen to this. Like I kind of get it. I get it. Why? Like, I think mom's got a little bit of more negative feelings towards the family than I do. But like, I get it. Why am I going to shit? Like, I don't want to go to like a thing once a year and be like, hi, niceties. Ask me 10 questions that you don't necessarily really care about what the answer is.
Yeah.
Like, When I'm
you
going to
doing?
come and eat and I'm going to leave in an hour and a half, I could do that at home.
How you been at? How's work? Where
Hit
you
me
working?
up on Facebook. Give me a shout on Instagram.
That's a cool little thing you said, because like, do you think because of like people feel they can keep up with social media these days is why there's no grandmas around the table? You know what I mean?
No, I think, well, maybe as the generations progress beyond us, but I think right now, no, because I think anybody that's older than us is probably not as good as social media just anyways. So like for them, I don't necessarily rely on it, but it's like, I'm not relying on anything, whether it's in-person contact or it's digital contact or you're calling me. Like, if you want to talk to me, you will.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Like
exactly.
the phone, it does work
That's
kind of
how I feel.
And it's like, I don't need to call my Aunt Sue. Like, I've never talked to her on the phone ever. It's like, even growing up, I only seen certain family members at holidays. So it's like, you don't even feel like my aunt or uncle. You're just like that person that's at Thanksgiving that wears the glasses and has the bangs. Like, I don't.
My older sister was there tonight, and we were kind of talking about like our one side of the family and how like they only kind of want to reach out to get up on gossip. And I always like I identified that when I was a young man. Like, it's just weird to have that like come into like focus like 20 years later, because when I was young, I'm like, oh, you guys just talk shit about each other. And then you all go sit in church together or at like a barbecue together. But all you ever do is just shit talk whoever's not here. Yeah. And I'm like, so when I'm not here, do you shit talk? And like, then you just remove yourself, and then it's 6 years. And then you're like, do they hate me? Do they love me? Do they miss me?
They don't think about you.
I don't think about them though either.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. In the most, like, not in the most neutral way to say it. They don't think about you. Yeah. You don't think. It's like out of sight, out of mind, and that just is what it is.
That's not like a negative thing. It's not. It's nobody's fault. Everybody's busy.
Yeah.
And I think about that
with people.
I'll hug everybody.
I think about that with former friendships. Like, I think about Danielle and Courtney, and like, I love them, and if I saw them today, we'd have the same fucking gab as fucking before. But it's like, people just get busy, like you said. We all have lives, and shit gets in the way. Have you
been alive lately?
Yeah. Have you lived?
Do you know how busy it feels?
Do you know
all the
what
time?
life is? It's fucking cool.
Do you ever slow down?
No.
And then that's the thing too, right? And then that's another fucking struggle. There's people like my old man who like will work 80 hours driving a truck, and then he'll come home and his weekend, his 2 days off, he's like, I'm gonna wake up early and build a deck all weekend and then work. And it's just like, there's also not enough time for people to relax without feeling guilty.
Fuck you, Henry Ford.
Don't relax too much. All right? Moderation relax. But make sure you get your rest in.
Move your body.
Yeah, make sure you get your rest in, though.
But yeah, and take time for you. I think it's really important that, we as people, we figure out, because a lot of people just like, they don't even know who they are. And I think that can be said about people who think they know who they are. Like, I don't know necessarily who I am at the end of the day. I'm trying to figure it out. But you got to take time for yourself, whether that's relaxing or not, whether it's doing the things that you enjoy and maybe they are more high energy. I think it's important that, at the end of the day, we all live for ourselves. Obviously, you put your loved ones in the places they need to be. You take care of them, but you take care of yourself. Because if you don't, you can't really show up for the other people in your life. There's like a million memes
with like, you can't pour into other people's cups as yours is empty.
One
and all
does
that
not
shit.
simply love another if they do not love themselves. Yeah. And that's straight from Boromir's mouth. If you've seen Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. So anyway, we had a whole day full of family, so we're all feeling some type of way apparently today. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I always feel grateful. I said. I actually said to Rachel on the way home, I'm like, I think I live a lot of grumpy days. Most days I'm just chilling, honestly, unless there's some force that interjects, but most days I'm just chilling, but like most days I am pretty happy. Like I'm happy. I actually feel happiness. And like, I think you have to identify that you feel that feeling, and then you can lean into it. Be like, dude, you could be walking down the street and catch a breeze and just be like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
You ever caught a breeze?
Like people like look for this abundance of happiness. Like, oh, I'm not happy. Dude, it could be a hot ass day.
I'm going to tell you something.
There's a cool ass, you know what I mean? And it's just like, there's these little moments of,
everybody
thinks about these little, there's these little things that happen throughout the day that piss you off. Motherfucker, focus on those little things throughout the day that make you happy, dude.
I'm going to tell you one
the
that will
nice
help
lady
everybody.
who lets you go when you both stop at the same time. Not, all right. You know, like, that's like, I'm just saying there is glimpses of fucking awesomeness in all that grumpy shit all the time. You know what I mean? And I just, like, I don't know. There's a lot of shit to bitch about, too. You know?
Oh, for sure. I was
don't know.
running errands this morning, and everybody was driving like a fucking idiot. I also had to pee, which sucked. Run around this morning. But then, on the way home, I saw a very cute dog. And that, I was like, ow. Well, you know what? It's fine now. And any day that you see a dog is probably a good day. So keep that in mind. So if you have a dog, especially every day is a good day.
And if you don't have a dog and you're sad, maybe try a dog.
And if you
Be
can't,
a good owner, though. Like, because that's like a weird thing. Because, like, I fucking
love
hate
pets.
shitty pet owners, dude.
Oh, dude, I can't watch those videos.
Sorry. I don't want to go
I watch
there.
those like dog rescue videos on like Facebook Reels. No, not Sarah McLachlan. I'll see like it's called like pet. It's or like Dodo or something like that. They
Oh,
have,
the
like,
Dodo, and it's got like the bird
Dodo.
logo.
Oh my god! It's
I know
like,
what you mean.
We found this dog in Argentina. He had been living on scraps for 14 days, and then we nursed him to health. And I'm like, oh my god, his name's Banjo. I love him.
Yeah, Banjo.
Don't show me a fucking. I did see a video today where I think it was bullshit though. This guy was like, I found this lost dog in a field. I was like, he looks well fed and
Have
has
you
a
seen
collar
internet?
on.
Have you seen internet? Everything's bullshit.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah. Have you seen internet? Yeah. This
I
room is
do
bullshit.
love internet.
This room is bullshit. There's cords everywhere behind that camera. Like, we've had to stop it twice.
No,
it
why did you
died.
tell that? You're supposed
Because
to.
you know what?
Let the
It's the fourth
illusion
wall.
live.
Guess what? I'm
Okay,
I'm
so let's
editing
retract
this.
it. The first time our pets were going fucking insane and they were shaking the table and I
We
was
started
getting
this
pissed.
3 times already.
And then the second time, the camera shut off.
Okay, but here's something cool. You know, I don't know if we caught this yet or not. So if I said this at the beginning of the episode, I'm repeating myself, but I don't know if it's one of the takes we're using. But I said I downloaded a new editing software tomorrow. So it's going to be kind of cool. So if we got this far and you didn't notice there was a mistake, you did a good job, Andy. You did a good job, kid.
Can you put an air horn right here, like the?
I don't know. I'll try. I'll try.
We'll find one. Just
I'll try.
remember it.
Wait, do no noise so that way if we don't find one. I hope to God I find one so we can have so many air horns in there.
Oh
no,
my
that's
God.
awesome though. No, it's just it's cool. You know what I mean? And I said today, like, even though we're drained right now, I'm drinking coffee and it was a long day. I'm looking forward to, like, we're recording the podcast. I'm going to edit tomorrow. I'm looking forward to working on something new, you know, and that's cool. So
It's cool to have things like, well, and I told you I've been like writing stuff down throughout the week, so it's cool to be like, oh, this will be fun to talk about later. Or
And,
like
like, I kinda
this would
said-
be cool to, address or whatever.
I was saying earlier, you know how, like, my old man is, like, working hard and, you know, nobody relaxes and rests. Like, maybe instead of being like, oh, he's working his ass off building a deck, maybe that is how people unwind, though. I have to lay in bed under sheets.
Think
Like,
about
I
your
literally
mom.
have to, like,
When was the last time your mom
dude,
relaxed?
yeah, I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, I have to have dead days. I call them dead days.
I had one yesterday. It was fucking so
I kind of got to
sick.
sleep in a little bit today. I'm glad you did the errands in the morning.
I
but
woke
like,
up early because I fell asleep early. I was like out by like 11 last night,
Yeah.
which was pretty early for me.
yeah.
I was knocked out.
Yeah. Usually Saturdays are dead days for me if I don't have to do anything. But it's weird, though, too, because, like, that's the thing, right? I get older. My face gets grayer. My head gets balder. And I still need a day where I waste it, you know? And I don't want to feel like I'm wasting it because I said it earlier, like, what is that guilt? Where does that come from? Because, like, if you don't rest, you can't produce, right? Like, if you can't rest, you don't have your full potential. Your bar's down. Like, your meter
I
is
agree,
depleted.
but I also think you need to rest more during the week and not
Yeah.
have one day that you sleep for 14 hours.
Yeah, because you don't get it back. You don't get a whole week back in one day. It never happens that way.
No,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
just
it
have
doesn't
to,
work that
instead
way.
of like 5 hours, we have to try for like maybe 6.5 for you. You know what I mean? If you can even get
I
like
want to
an
get one of
hour.
those whoops just to see my sleep. I always see on, like, CM Punk's story, like, he has this thing
What
and
are
it
the-
shows his, like, rest and shit.
What are the rings?
I gotta get one of
You know what I'm
those.
talking about? The
Oh,
rings that
yeah.
people
Yeah,
use?
yeah, yeah.
One of the book bitches I watch, Yana, I don't know her
Has, like,
fucking
one
last
of
name.
those, like, rings they put
She's
on.
got one of the rings, and it looked uncomfortable. Hey, not to go off on a tangent. That's what we do.
Welcome
One
to
of the
13.
other book bitches I watch, she does not have the fitness ring, but she does wear rings on every single finger. And I'm like, does that even right now? I'm imagining the feel. You couldn't shut your fingers all the way.
What
if
other
you wanted
ring would
to.
you wear it on? Because I already hate like wearing rings when I play the guitar. I don't like it.
This one,
don't like it.
This one gal that I watch wears literally thumbs included every single finger, and some of them are, and they do look nice because she's got like long fingers and it's like slender and it looks good on her. And I think she's got little baby finger tats. Very cute.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, that is a sensory fucking nightmare. I give your dad shit about that. How can you wear so many rings? Isn't it uncomfortable? You can't shut your hands.
I'll tell you a weird sensory thing. I don't understand rings, but I love wearing a watch.
Oh my God.
Like I love feeling this little tightness.
Hey.
Like, I don't know. I just like, I like that.
That's something that I actually fucking kind of hate.
Yeah, that's weird.
Our friend Jessie makes bracelets and other little cute trinkets and recently, which I don't have it's in on my jewelry tray, but made me one and was concerned that it was too big, but it hangs like mid forearm, which is perfect for me. I can't at the wrist, absolutely not. Even when I wear my Apple Watch, I got to pop
I'm
it
going to
back
tell you
a little
something
bit.
that makes no sense at all. I can't wear anything on this wrist. Drives me crazy.
Oh, no.
Can't do it at all.
You know what? Me either, because I also
It's
think
weird.
about if I had to ever at any point play guitar that I couldn't do it.
Hand,
I couldn't exactly because
can't wear
it would get in
anything
the
on
way.
that wrist. Yeah. This one though, love it.
I have heard of some people wearing rings on their right hand though to like give them more of like a heavy like guitar hand though.
That sounds so.
Well, no, I can kind of get it.
I heard fucking people play green picks that are from a fucking devil's horn to make them shred better too.
Oh,
you know?
go fuck off.
You know what I mean?
I'm certain everybody's got their own unique technique,
Yeah.
which is fine if it works for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's exactly. You know, Slash fucking wears crazy rings and he shreds and it bothers me to wear rings or anything that's just like that knocking.
For me,
I'm
it's
pretty
just,
okay with it though. Like,
it's
you know what I
just-
mean? Yeah, I'm pretty okay with this one. It doesn't like knock too much. So
This is not going to make sense, but I think it also makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't wear rings on every finger because I can't close my fingers all the way, right? If I did that, like I couldn't.
just in case you have to swim really fast.
No.
You
But
can't
listen,
have any gaps
but listen,
slipping through.
shut up. I'm not done with the thought.
Okay.
Okay? Because gross. But then alternatively, I fucking hate socks because
Oh, I love socks.
my toes are a prison. Socks are a fucking prison of the foot.
That's funny.
And I absolutely hate them.
I love socks.
See, but I do now. I've gotten used to wearing the Crocs every day, though. So, like, I can't go.
Are you Crocs with socks?
Only if it's cold outside and I have to leave the house. And
Wait,
even then,
you're
probably not.
no socks with Crocs?
No, babe, did you not 1 second ago hear me?
you?
I don't care what you do. You can live your fucked up life. I can't wear. I hate socks. It has no like. If I have to wear them, I have to wear them. But if I could go no sock for forever, I wouldn't. But I also cannot walk around the house barefoot at all. I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
I would rather walk outside barefoot than in the house barefoot.
I'm gonna tell you a couple things that's gonna either contradict what you say. Okay. I'm always socked out.
Gross, I know.
I'm always socked
You
out.
sleep in socks,
I
which
love
is
socks.
a fucking illegal crime.
Here's the thing.
That's
I
a
didn't take care of
crime.
my body, and I have poor circulation, and my feet get cold as fuck because I don't think enough blood gets down there. It stops right at my waist.
You gotta be
It
massaging
plumps.
your calves, I think.
My calves suck. You know, I have the Theragun there, and a
You
couple
need to
times
start
I've been
fucking
doing
it up with
dude,
that.
I need a massage.
I
dude.
think you have. I think you're right. I think you might have some.
Yeah.
There was a point in time where
Hold
you
on.
would not let me touch your calves.
You can't touch them now. I wouldn't let you. They're tense. I have been rubbing them more
Yeah,
lately.
that's
an
why you're
adult.
fucked
I've been
up.
trying to rub my like bottom legs more. My circulation is poor. Even in my hands, it's poor. I have poor circulation.
Diabetes.
I definitely probably have diabetes.
Should we test you?
You know, I think within the last like year or two, I got my mom tested me and I was fine.
That
I
was like 4
totally
years
fine.
ago. I want to let you know
Yeah,
that.
it's probably 4 years.
It
ago.
really was
probably
like 4 years ago.
No, I don't think I think I could have. I don't drink a lot of sugary shit though. I truthfully don't.
We
truthfully
snack
don't.
crazy. There's sugar in so much more than sweets.
Like what? What do I snack on that you think would be really high in sugar?
Chips have sugar in them.
Yeah, chips. I do love chips.
We also like snack cakes from time to time.
Ooh, then I do
and
get
a
my sugar fix.
popsicle from time to time.
But I don't eat that stuff regularly at all.
When we have drumsticks in the freezer, those get ate the fuck up. I'm
probably have a
saying
couple
maybe
of
it's not consistent all the time.
Yeah,
but
I don't really indulge
sugar.
in a lot of sugary stuff. I suppose this would probably be the worst sugary thing I do. Is coffee.
Oh well, that's probably. I mean, that's
fucking delicious. Is what it is. That's what it is. No, I don't know.
Tell everybody what your coffee order is.
Yeah. No.
What?
No. It's good. Sometimes I really fuck it up.
It's not like a crazy
transition
order.
here. We'll transition here. You know what I mean? I love coffee, but I do get irrationally mad if it's not good.
You get mad at a lot of stuff.
I have a lot of stress in my life. I got people stress me out.
We'll
No, I'm
start
just kidding,
massaging your fucking calves,
yeah.
and let's work from the feet up.
Yeah, no, no. Honestly, they usually make my coffee really good. It's pretty simple. But what I'll transition into is you didn't watch it with me, and I would love to show you that Tom Segura show called Bad Thoughts, where he turned a skit like one of his stories.
Watched you watch it. Like I saw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he
turned one of his
Our computers are right next to each other, as you guys can see. Well, the ones that are watching. So yeah, no, I there was a couple times I tuned in and I did crack up because I could like see the subtitles.
Yeah, there's a one skit where he was like, they mess up his coffee order, and he goes behind the bar and he just murders the motherfucker. And I'm like, I've never been that mad. And in fact, last time they made a mistake, they let us keep the mistake. It was your matcha.
See, but I'm so unpicky.
I thought that was cool.
No, that's very nice. Well, because what are they going to do with it?
Yeah, they were just like, you
dump
can
it
have both.
out?
Our bad.
Yeah. I didn't even drink.
The one that was correct. You
well,
drank
because I had to drink the hot one first. And then the one went in the fridge, and by the next day, it was matcha. So all the matcha, it was gross. I love matcha.
You can't rematch the cha. You know what I mean?
I would like to start getting just matcha for at home for myself. Okay, I've seen people make it, and they make it in this bowl, and you have to get this like weird whiskey fucking looking thing. Not whiskey like the drink, but it's like a whisk. It's like a little weird wooden whisk thing. And you have to in like a little bowl first with the liquid. I watch it.
The only experience I ever seen anybody make matcha was when we were
good.
watching that Architectural Digest video. And hey, by the way, we did get some cool YouTube suggestions on the last episode of stuff to watch. Here's one to watch. Architectural Digest. They do like tours of like celebrity homes, but not like crib style. It's like cool. It's like really well done. But the only experience I have with matcha is that episode of Travis Barker. And what Kardashian he marry? Khloe?
I don't fucking know.
Courtney?
I don't.
He's
keep
married
up with
to a
that.
Kardashian, and I just remember I love
think
Travis
it's
Barker
Courtney.
from Blink-182.
I don't think it's Khloe
But on that
because she
episode,
likes basketballs.
I got so mad because he's like, she makes the best matcha, and
Because
he kept saying,
matcha's
he's like,
so
she
fire.
makes the best matcha. And I will tell you, he was drinking out of like a stone cup or something. I'm like, that does look fire.
Matcha's so good, and I think it's really. Hey, can someone who's either listening or watching please explain to me actually what matcha is? Like,
I think
know
it's grass. I think it's grass juice.
I don't think it is. I could look it up right now, but I almost would rather let somebody else tell me in the future.
I almost don't want to know. I feel
You
like
don't
it's
drink it, though.
grass juice.
If it is, I don't care. It tastes good. I ask for it when I order it on your app. I get extra. Put me another scoop, bro. Make that shit extra powdery.
Is it
I love
powder?
it. Yeah, it's
looks
matcha powder.
like milk.
They add the powder to the milk, babe.
So it's like powdered milk?
I don't really. Well, remember, here's the thing. I don't fucking
I don't know. I've never had matcha.
Here's the thing about me. I don't know. Here's the other thing about me. Do I like it? I do. It's very good.
Think about that. We just eat and drink stuff we have no idea what's in
have
it.
you lived in America ever?
Yeah.
We consume so much shit that is like not good for us. Half of the stuff that's in America is it's like illegal in other countries. Like the amount of dyes and like the sugars and all the preservatives and like chemicals and shit. Like
the sugars?
one of the bitches we were talking about YouTube now. One of the bitches I watched, Naomi John, she's in Berlin. And she'll be like, I'm doing my TikTok food challenge. And I love her, by the way. She's amazing. But like some of the stuff, like it'll be whatever suggested, but she can't get it because like they don't sell that shit in Germany
because there's too much crap in it.
Because it's not good for you.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Because it's very bad
I
for
just saw
you.
like, guess what? Guess how much research I've done? 0. But I just saw that like they have to completely change Skittles because they were putting like a poison in them for like the last 30 fucking years or something. There's like this poison in Skittles. I would eat Skittles right now with the poison. I wouldn't care. I would be like, are they the sour ones? Are they the wild berry ones?
I told you the purple pack
Yeah.
was my favorite earlier today.
Yeah,
And
I would eat 'em
love a wild
right
berry
now.
skit.
Fuck the green apple ones. That's so stupid. You fucked up. My sister
No,
said that
those
earlier.
are
I
good though
agree.
too, but I just don't
The
think
green
they should
apple
be.
on the sour pack is good. The green apple on the regular pack is not good.
Exactly.
It should
I
say
don't think
lime.
it should have taken the place of the lime, but
The
I
lime
think
should
as
say in the
a
OG.
separate entity, I think it is
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but it's
I
just
do
it's
agree.
so weird. And you know, sometimes I just think like you don't know what you don't know. You know. It's true. It's just like I've been eating all this shit. I know it's not good for me, but I didn't realize it had fucking like rat poison.
What's like your favorite shit?
My favorite bad thing? My favorite bad thing to like eat? McDonald's probably. McDonald's.
See, because like
McDonald's is terrible for you, and I love it sometimes. All the times. It's just affordable when I'm broke as fuck.
I love
The
sweets.
app rules.
I do love sweets.
Yeah, you do the pig out on sweets. Yeah.
Sugar's always been my problem though. Like for my entire life, I love sugar.
It's because it's insanely good. Have you
I'm
had
like
it
already
before?
thinking
It's
about
addicting.
like what am I gonna have later?
Yeah.
Probably something.
We did some day
delicious.
drinking today. We did some like, you know what I mean? It's
I'm gonna have to snack food again.
there's gonna be some food snackings after this episode.
I
of
did
the podcast.
eat a cheeseburger today, which was pretty delightful.
Yeah.
Dang. There was cheeseburgers and brats. I love food, guys. That's what it really comes down to at the end here is America's unhealthy because we love food and chemicals. Put them together and we're pretty happy.
Yeah. I was, you know, it's just interesting. And again, it's privilege. You know what I mean? We have the right to bitch about whatever we want. We have the right to fucking shovel our pie holes with whatever the fuck we want. And then, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard to complain. When you really zoom out and think of the grand scheme of things, it's kind of hard to complain. You know, I have
think
great
when
Wi-Fi.
you zoom in, though, I think that's where the problems are.
Everybody's too zoomed. We're in. We're zoomed in.
I think it's okay. I think it's important to be zoomed in. There's a lot of shit going on around us that I think people just need to be aware of. Just
What?
I don't know. I'm
I don't
not
know.
saying
I'm
anything
just saying
in
you're
particular.
making like bold statements. Like, what's one?
Okay, I mean,
The school districts are something you should focus on, I think.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
zoom in on what you're talking about. I'm gonna tell you because I know we have opposing opinions, or maybe we don't. I don't know. This Adriana Smith, the one that has been brain dead for months and months, and they're
I don't know
growing
who
a
that
feed.
is.
I told you about
okay.
this.
Yeah. This is interesting.
So I did a little bit more research. So a little background. There's a gal named Adriana Smith. She went into the hospital for complications. At the time, she was only 8 weeks pregnant, which is not even considered a full fetus yet. And she was brain dead. She's brain dead. Her body is being made alive, quote unquote, alive by chemicals, medications, and machines, and like round the clock care from nurses. And they're using her body as an incubation for the baby because they have like a heartbeat rule in Texas, I believe is where it's at.
Yeah.
And I think it's fucking insane because the family. I think it's fucking insane. I think it's fucking insane.
What
This
do you
woman's-
think is insane about it?
The woman is dead.
Yeah.
She's dead.
But they're keeping her alive because there's a baby growing inside
Which
her.
wasn't even a fetus at the time she was pronounced brain dead.
Yeah.
It was a zygote. It's against the family's wishes. The baby doesn't even have a
What would
guaranteed
your
chance
proposed
at like,
outcome be, I suppose?
die.
Let her die? Even with the baby in? You just
Let her
natural?
die. A bitch can't even die anymore.
Yeah.
A bitch can't even die anymore.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think it's insane. And I think that, it like scares me for the future of women. Because if this baby does come out healthy, which is great, I guess, but what's that mean for a woman's body then? Ever. A woman can't own her own body anymore. A woman can't even die.
We got our apartment ghost kicking in tonight.
Something's going on tonight.
This is actually the third reset. The camera died again, which is really weird because last week we had no issue. This week it tends
And it's
to
like
be
almost even better
kicking
set
out.
up this week, which is very strange.
Yeah, it's actually arguably better set up. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But what was interesting is you were talking about that woman, unfortunately, with the baby who's alive.
I just think it's crazy.
It was like a weird. It was a weird time for the energy to cut it out. You know what I mean? But,
okay, I have not seen this show, but apparently, like The Handmaid's Tale is a show that's out, and it's based on a piece of literature where essentially that's what women are kept for, is for breeding and things, and whether you're alive or whatever. And I just I worry. There's books like We Are the Living by Ayn Rand that talk about like a future dystopian where like there's like breeding houses, and I just think about 50 years ago, that's what we thought of women as. Mothers of our children, keepers of the house. And then we gave them autonomy and freedom, and now I feel like it's literally going back again. I feel like a lot of stuff is rolling back, and it scares me as a woman, it's a frightening thing.
Yeah, but wouldn't you agree that right now in 2025 there's more women CEOs and billionaires than there has ever been
I'm
in
not
history?
worried about how many women have good jobs. I'm worrying about how many women can have control over their bodies in the next 20 years. That's what scares me. Cool, give me a CEO job.
Yeah, I know, but you did just assimilate it to something else. So I'm just saying,
I'm talking about autonomy. I'm talking about bodily autonomy. I'm looking at being seen as more than just a baby factory.
I think it's a little bit more complicated than just like grouping everything into kind of one thing. I think they're all little things that are different, and I do think, I celebrate women. I think it's greatly better now than it was 50 years ago. I don't think we're going back to how it was 50 years ago. I think a lot of powerful women make a lot of great decisions in this world. I think in another 10 to 20 years with these people in power, we're going to see a lot of policy changes.
What women are in power right now? Where? Tell me which ones. Because I don't think that if there was women in power who are making choices,
what you're doing
that
here
they would
is
be
you're saying you're wanting exact examples, but 2 minutes ago you were saying we're going back 50 years, and I disagree with that. I think we're moving forward.
Are you a woman who can understand that though? I don't think that you could have the same perspective as one who can. I couldn't have. I don't have any
perspective on women or what they can do in their bodies. I do have perspective on history. And I would say now versus 50 years ago, we have a lot more women leaders. We have a lot more women CEOs. We have a lot more women in politics leading the way.
I'm talking
what
about
I'm saying,
bodies.
These archaic things.
No, but I'm talking about bodies, though. I'm talking about bodies. Like, how long is it going to be before, women can't vote anymore and shit? Like, I think about stuff like that. Because it is getting to a point where women aren't seen as equals, and they never have been seen as equals. Women still make less than men in most fields. You know what I mean? Like, be realistic about that. That's true as fuck. Like,
I think you're rattling off personal opinions and not statistics.
I don't need to have statistics. This is what I see every day. Do you have statistics that you can put out right now?
No.
Probably
all
not.
I'm saying is now versus 50 years ago, I think people of color, I think women, I think a lot of different people have a lot more privilege now than they did.
I think people of color right now have less privilege than they did 10 years ago. We hear so many more stories about people getting fucking beat down in the streets and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember that stuff 15 years ago.
I guess I just don't have the information you have.
I'm just judging by what I see. I'm not saying that I'm an expert about anything.
I mean, we sit here and watch TikToks and funny YouTubes all the time. I'm not sure what we see. I live the same kind of experience you do. You know what I mean?
Well, then maybe you don't know that I look into more than maybe just TikToks and stuff sometimes.
That's cool.
I don't know.
I think that's great to be aware of stuff like that.
I'm trying to be aware of what's going on because it freaks me out a little bit. I worry about our kids in the future. My kid's going to be a senior in high school. He's going to be 17 soon. You have daughters.
Yeah.
What would you want your daughter to be kept on life support with a fucking fetus?
I'm not in that position.
I know, but
so
if
I don't
you
have
were,
a take on that.
But if you were, you should have a take on that. Think about that's what I'm saying.
No,
we have to think about the future of our kids and shit.
Wait a second. Okay, I just okay. So you're saying I'm not a woman, I shouldn't have a voice on that 2 minutes ago. And now you're saying if your daughter was in this position, you should have a voice on that. So as a white cisgender male, when should I have an opinion on what people should do?
Now you sound offended.
No, I'm saying it's hard. It's hard to find where you lie on your opinions on things
I just
when you
said
contradict
that I don't
yourself.
think that you can understand the perspective of a woman, just like I can't understand the perspective
But
of
I
a
should
man.
have an opinion on it if it's my kin.
I'm saying think about if it were. Put yourself in a position where would you want that for your daughters?
What would my correct opinion be then?
I'm asking you. I'm
I
not
don't
saying
have
you
an opinion
a
on it
correct one.
because it wouldn't be my body. So,
well, then that's exactly the point I think I'm getting at. Is I think if it's not somebody's body, that nobody else should have a say in what's going on with it. I think that's what we get down to, right? It's not your body, so you shouldn't have an opinion on it. That's what I think my kind of at the end of it all
is this the topic you brought up?
Yeah.
You're the heated opinion on it. So
Yeah,
you,
I know,
you
because I
shouldn't,
think it's
by
important.
your voice, you shouldn't have an opinion on this.
Why shouldn't I have an opinion on it?
Because it's not your body. That's literally verbatim what you just said.
I understand that, but I mean in the way that women's bodies are controlled all of the time. Why do I have to pay for tampons? I didn't choose to bleed. You know what I mean? I think about that stuff. Women are not thought of in the same way that anybody else is. That's all. We'll always be secondary is what I see, and I don't see that improving. It feels like it's kind of reversing to me. That's what I'm kind of getting at.
To me, what that sounds like is like the young women who are coming up in politics and stuff like that I don't know by name, that I don't know. The young doctors that are women, you know what I mean? The young creatives, the young directors, the young arts people. As a dad of daughters who encourages this type
One of those
behavior.
wonderful CEOs or politicians, went into cardiac arrest and was considered brain dead with a fetus in it, though, they'd keep her alive while she's dead. They'd pump her body full of chemicals. So that's what I'm saying at the end of the day.
These
are wonderful
big
women.
assumptions.
No, I'm saying these are things that can and are happening. So it doesn't matter if she's the smartest person in the room or if she's the CEO or the doctor. That's fantastic. I'm glad that that's happening. At the end of the day, her body is not hers, apparently. That's what I'm kind of getting at. I think it's a fucking crazy thing that this is a world we live in where shit like this is happening.
Sure. I guess I just don't know how to respond because, like, in one breath you say people shouldn't have an opinion on it, but then you carry on with your opinion on it. So I'm not sure how to respond to that.
I'm trying to relate as a woman. And, like, if that happened to me, that'd be fucking crazy. And I wouldn't want that for somebody I cared about. Male or female, I guess. I mean, if a man could fucking have a baby and that was the situation, I wouldn't want that for anybody. I guess it doesn't have to necessarily be female focused. I think it's fucked up regardless. I don't know. You asked me what I had looked up recently. This is what I've been into. This is something that I feel strongly about. So, maybe I'm not right all the time, but it's a crazy fucking world we live in where shit like that happens. That's a science fiction movie. It's wild.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's important to be good parents in this day and age and raise the next generation. So all these outdated, anarchic laws and stuff, they change for the better, and I think that's important. But again, if you don't have faith in what's coming up, then you can't guide them in the right direction. So it's like if you're already giving up on humanity, how are you gonna change that?
I'm not giving up on humanity.
I think mindset's just really important. I think there's people who wake up crabby every day and they do what they have to do. Everybody has the same 24 hours. And I think there's people who will wake up and bitch that they're tired every single day and they won't make any change to make anything different. And I think it's what you imprint on the next generations. Like, are you that crabby one that's just complaining every day? Because then they're going to grow up and complain every day. Because people are products of their environment. What they see is how they react. How they react is because it's usually the people around them taught them that's the correct reaction. You know what I mean? So if you see somebody doing something different, that's why I like when somebody's nice to you this day and age, it like feels weird. When somebody actually holds the door and you say thank you, it feels weird because like people are choosing not to do that now. And it's just, again, it's a mindset thing. It's a mindset thing. Things don't change if you don't change. So, you know what I mean? It's laws aren't going to change if nobody's raising the next generation to be like, hey, this is fucked up. Like, hey, that is fucked up. But yeah, I don't know.
How do we get our kids to care more about what's going on in the world than Roblox then? You know what I mean? I know they're young now. That's not maybe the now conversation. You know what I mean? Maybe when they're older and stuff like that. But like, how do you, and not just us.
I mean, the action.
How does one parent guide their
you
child?
Parent. You be attuned to their lives. You interact with them. You teach them things, skills. You know what I mean? You don't just let them be on their phones all the time. That is a product, though. You got to let them use technology, too. You know what I mean? Because if they don't, they'll get left behind. But you buy them Mark Rober build boxes. You let them get sculpting clay. You know what I mean? People don't want their kids to have a mess anymore. They don't want them to create anymore.
Oh, grow up, clean your gray ass house. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you do, but you do the best you can and you be attentive. You know what I mean? Like, I remember my grandpa on my dad's side, my grandpa Bob, like, not necessarily he was always my favorite person, but he did always show me something if I asked. Yeah. If I wanted to learn something, he's like, this is how you do this correctly. You know what I mean? And like, I've been around a lot of kids that are not my kids. Those little fuckers ask questions. They want to know shit. Their brains want to absorb knowledge. And I think that's like, you know, tonight, like when we walked in, we held court with children before we talked to any adults. We're all sitting around the fucking table in there and we're talking to kids like they're adults, by the way. And they're, you know, ranging from fucking 5 to fucking 13.
That's
and it's just
we are kids.
No, I don't know. It's just you talk to people like people, no matter what age they are. And I guess like I have way more faith in people than maybe I should. But like it's like pent up and like upset you get about stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like that is just huffing and puffing unless you want to change something. You know what I mean? And that's fine. And I think most people can do a huff and puff Facebook status and feel like they made a difference. You know what I mean? I just think like I have family members.
I get upset because I don't know how to make a difference in situations. Yeah. You know, because like I see things that upset me and I want to be able to help and I don't know how or have a way. You know, like I wish that there was more that we could do as a people to help fellow people. It's just hard.
Yeah.
What do?
You keep just doing what's right. You keep right. Like, that's what I mean. Like, you're not going to change old people who are there now. But in 30 years, there's going to be another group of people there who were raised on morals and values and different things.
Yeah.
There's going to be different waves of people.
Our kids are going to be our age in 40 years, though. I want them to have a better life until that point. You know what I mean? I want them to have a good life until they're our age and beyond. You know what I mean? I don't want them to struggle. I don't want them to go through fucking bullshit. Which they will.
I read,
but you know what I mean to an extent.
The decisions you make today will have the biggest cost in 5 years. That's something I saw recently that I really agreed with. The decisions you make today are that you're really going to notice in 5 years. So, like, yeah, I don't know. When you have a 10-year-old, you teach them, be like, hey, yeah, there's fucking creeps in this world. There's fucking great people in this world. Just be aware of which was which. You're going to fuck up and not know. I don't know. I don't really think just people sounding their trumpets changes anything. I really don't think so. I think action and like education and all that. And there is tons of avenues. You don't know what to do, then you didn't look into the right programs probably hard enough, which you can still do. You know, I don't know what they are, but they exist. They definitely exist. The stuff you're passionate about. There's 100% programs that feel that way that you can get involved with. But again, I'm not saying you.
No,
just
a
people,
person.
People in general just be like, I'm pissed about this. Type.
But that's what I don't fucking do. You know what I mean?
I took action. No, you didn't. You know who takes action? My friend Adam takes action all the fucking time.
That'd be the one to talk to.
All that motherfucker does is do stuff for different causes, and I shout him out. You know, I don't know what he's involved in.
I'm gonna tell you, he has actually got me connected with some stuff before because all the stuff with Gaza and everything was. Remember when I was like crying about it? Well, Palestine and Israel and all that shit, it's fucked up. I mean, I don't know a lot about it either. I know that there's, schools and hospitals and shit leveled, and it's just fucked up. And I don't like to see babies dead on Twitter and shit like that because they got blown up. So I remember asking him, like, what can I do? How can I help? And he gave me, like, a good amount of different things. He's like, if you can't do this, do this. If you can't do this, there's this and this and this and that.
What one did you do?
I don't remember, but I did. I think I donated not a huge amount because it was what I could, but $10, $15. I don't know. Maybe that buys somebody a hot meal. Maybe that gets some hot water to take a shower or something. I don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean?
would trust his causes, and that's the problem.
That's what I'm
There's
getting
all these
at.
causes now. You down like $10, $15. It doesn't do anything, you know, but you do what you can. That's what I said. You do what you can. Exactly right. You do what you can. You do what you can. That's
I
what you
think
do.
if every single person did do what they could.
Everybody cares about different things, and you can't fault them for what they're passionate about.
I know.
You know?
I just mean in like maybe in like a life way, not in like a rise to action way, but like if we all rose to our potential instead of a rise to action, I could only imagine where we'd be. And that could go both ways. Shit. If the evils rose to their potential, I don't know if that would be good.
If you're privileged enough to give to other causes you care about, you should do that. If you're not, take care of yourself, and then when you get in a position to donate either time, money, resources to something you care about, then you should.
You can do time.
Because I'll tell you, I don't have a lot of finances I could donate to causes that I love. It's just unfortunate I don't. But there are a lot of things I care about. I care about art stuff. I care about engineering stuff. I worry about architectural and structural city breakdowns and stuff in the next 20 to 30 years.
We've talked
You worry
about
about women's bodies. I worry about more like technical stuff. And I'm not saying neither one trumps the other. It's just we're passionate about different causes. I see cities like our city, these fucking bridges break down all the time. Nobody knows how to fix them anymore. What's going to happen in another 30 years when we have kids? Nobody's going to know. So again, it's just like there's different things to care about. And you can't be mad at other people for caring about other shit. You don't think my cause is important. No, your cause is probably just as important.
Yeah.
It's just there's multiple things
so
to care
much.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much.
Yeah.
And that's hard. It is tough at the end of the day because we do all need to do better for ourselves and for our environment, but there's a cajillion different ways to do that. I do. I think it's important that we all kind of like watch out for each other. We're trying to anyway. We're trying to.
I shared a meme this past week. It says like humans were meant to create, so that's why you feel depressed when all you do is consume. And I really agree with that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I really agree with that. So all this doom and gloom we're talking, what makes me inspired and makes my fire alive as a human being is like doing creative things. Again, last year and a half, maybe I was a little bit grumpy because I didn't have a creative outlook. Now, like I said, tomorrow I'm excited to use a new editing suite. You know what I mean? I think it's important to talk about cool shit on this show. I think it's very important to bring up what we care about on this show. But like, if anything, you know, there's going to be episodes I know in the future where we don't get along and we fight or whatever on here. But if anything, why I want this show to keep going is because it is something that inspires me to keep going. So if I can convey on this show, be like, hey, dude, why I like doing this is because it gives me something to do each week. It gives me something to look forward to. It gives me something to edit. It gives me something to do. Like, you should find that for you. If it's buying a set of Legos from the aisle in Target that you looked at 1,000 times when you're picking up laundry soap, just pick it up, dude. Go grab it. Or do that.
Find your joy.
Or they, them.
You know what I mean? Find your joy in whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Simplicity. Find your joy in simplicity.
If your joy is something that gives back to your community, sick. If it's something that just gives back to you, also sick. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, again, we all have to take care of ourselves first so that we can provide in other ways outside of ourselves. Because
can't fill up your cup if others if yours is empty or whatever the fuck the thing is.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, you can't fill up the fucking your buddy's cup.
You can't fill your fucking cup if yours is if you ain't got a keg.
Yeah. But I don't know. Outside of that, you know, that whole thing, we did have a pretty cool week otherwise, you know what I mean? Last week, so about a week ago, we had a pay-per-view. There was 2 wrestling events we watched since this last recording of this episode. I had my buddy Mike over last week.
2 PPVs?
Yeah, they had a Saturday night main event for WWE.
I didn't pay attention to that one at all.
I don't think you paid
AEW
attention.
did.
Yeah, and then we watched AEW last week too. But you know, that's probably 2 weeks since this episode came out. But it was fun. You know what I mean?
I do.
All the doom and gloom
wrestle.
aside, we've been surrounded with some pretty good people this past week. We had Mac come over too. He came over the other night.
Oh, Mac! Shout out Mac.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna start hanging out with us because he was chatting us up about some things earlier in our group chat with him, and he's like, "Yeah, if I stop by this week and we hang out," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Did he say that? You know what's weird? I don't get his messages. Like, I told him the other day when he was here. It's like I don't know how the algorithm works.
Turned off, I think.
I do.
So that's
Always.
why you don't see them. That's why
I saw another funny meme the other day that says it's like as soon as I'm added to the group chat, it's like it's slid to the no notifications. I do that to any group chat. I'll catch up.
I love a group chat. I want to go back to wrestle though.
Yeah,
I want to go back to wrestle though.
2 Sundays we watched AEW. We were watching the pay-per-view. Yeah, we were watching some wrestle.
I want to talk about Daddy Hangman Page. Who was he against? He was in a double?
No.
It was them against each other? I thought it was a
they
double.
were the main event.
Didn't Swerve come in at the end?
At the end, there was a big ending.
That's right. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Who won that one? I didn't remember.
Hangman.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought because he's like, I need this. I need this. And I said, so do I.
And then this past Wednesday, he cut a great promo on TV.
Okay. Ladies, gentlemen.
Boys and girls.
No. Ew. Not where I'm going with it. Our father, Daddy Adam Hangman Page, is a phenomenal cowboy wrestler. One, he's good. He's actually a really great wrestler. Two, he's fantastic on the mic. His promos are fucking sick.
Oh, he's passionate.
Three, he is stacked and jacked and has a sick mustache and mullet. I ain't mad about it. I'll tell you about it all day. I think you guys should start watching wrestling. There's a lot of bitches out there that don't know what the fuck they're missing. And it's fucking wildly entertaining. Honestly, if you like over the top kind of like acting and like ridiculous spots and kind of like really silly stuff, I think wrestling is so much fun. I didn't get into it until Andy got me into it, and now I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So watch Hangman Page. Oh, I think he's going potty. When he comes back, I want to talk about CM Punk, but I also want to talk a little bit about what the wrestlers do outside of wrestling. Can you hear me still? Yeah, you can because you've got your headphones in. I want to talk about Brody King because I was listening to God's Hate the other day. And also because I think we have a cool, sick God's Hate t-shirt coming. So Brody King is one of the also stacked and jacked wrestlers. He's in the, well, I don't know if that's still a thing anymore, House of Black, because Malachi/Alistair went back to WWE. But Brody King was in a faction called the House of Black. And he wears face paint and he looks cool and he puts it all in his beard. But he's also in a super sick, like hardcore band called God's Hate. And it's like, it sounds exactly how you would think it would because it's a band called God's Hate. And I really enjoy them a lot. And I was listening to their album the other day and I found myself dancing. In fact, I found myself bopping in the chair. And I think I even remember one of my friends, Libby, she loves God's Hate a lot. She told me she has their slutty little jersey. I texted her. I was like, fucking God's Hate is so girly pop. And she's like, bro, I know.
Yeah, I bought the shirt. I got really regretful. I always get regretful when I buy myself nice things. And it wasn't even that expensive for one.
It was like $30.
Yeah, that was like the cheapest shirt I bought recently, to be honest with you. No, it was awesome. I heard you talk about Brody King and Hangman and everybody. No, it's really cool. I like that he wore his band shirt on the thing, not like a wrestling shirt. I thought that was always cool.
See, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he came out in it. I kind of heard you talking about it.
How does that work now? Since Malachi.
Oh, yeah, they're called the Hounds of Hell now.
Hounds of Hell?
Hounds of Hell.
That's way cooler to me.
Yeah, it's him, Buddy Matthews, and still Julia. They're just called the Hellhounds or Hounds of Hell or something.
I like that way better.
Yeah.
I like that way better. Julia gang.
She's got that really cool hat made by that one artist lady you said.
Oh yeah, I'll find her and I will literally tag her. I'm gonna write that down. Julia hat.
Yeah, Julia hat.
I know she doesn't need my help fucking promoting her shit because she's making Julia shit.
Yeah. You know, and that's the thing too about wrestling. It's just the costuming, and not even if you care about the wrestling, just the pageantry. It's just so nice, so nice.
I will hate or enjoy a wrestler based on their ring gear, and you've seen that. I'll be like, oh god, I like absolutely like. Sometimes people come out. Who was the one who always looked like she took a dump in her pants?
Hikaru Shida.
Oh man.
You always hated Sheeta's outfits.
She was so boring, though, on top of it. And then she wore clothes that just were, like, ill-fitting.
Yeah.
Like, not well-made. And maybe they just weren't well-made. I mean, realistically, maybe they just weren't well-made. But, yikes. She always looked like she took a dumper.
Yeah.
She always looked like she took a dumper in the past.
Yeah, but, you know, she made her own shit. So maybe she just wasn't the best.
That's
that's the thing. Is she's just not the greatest at making her costumes.
Dude, I couldn't do it. It's super sick. I think I
do
could maybe trace my body onto some pants and then try something.
I've always wanted, you know, one day, this is a true story. When I was in like 8th grade, I took a home ec class, home economics class, and one of them was like a seamstress class, and there was like a big classroom of sewing machines and shit like that, and I made like a duffel bag. I made myself like a T-shirt, like a button-up shirt, and we made one more other thing too. I can't remember. And I always really loved that class. And there was like they called them electives.
Yeah.
So like you could do like the
choose.
cooking one, or you could do the sewing one. Like it was the same. That you had to pick either or, and I picked the sewing one.
It's
and it was
practical.
Awesome. It was awesome. I really loved it. And ever since then, that was literally in 8th grade. I've always been like, dude, I kind of want to make my own clothes. Like I've always thought that. I've always thought that.
Bog witch clothing. I still want to do that.
Yeah, bog witch.
I want to make a loungewear line.
Yeah.
Of sweatpants and like t-shirts and hoodies and things called bog witch, because when I'm in my scummy alter ego of sweatpants.
Your daily attire, you mean? Your daily attire.
You wear sweatpants every day too.
Most days.
Yeah. I just don't look as gross anymore. I'm cute as fuck. I used to be grosser. Everybody just saw him turn his head if you're watching.
I have no opinion. You'd be comfortable. I'm not judging.
Well,
I feel like there's something about like, especially working from home. I do feel like if I have sneakers on, like I feel more productive. I don't know what that is about my brain. But if I'm like sitting around in like slides, sweatpants, and a robe all day, I ain't doing shit.
You do
wear
wear slides and sweatpants every day too, though.
I do have to like get up and get like showered though. Like that makes me feel.
I don't have to do it right away. I'm like a midday shower person. I like to get up and like experience a little bit of day and then I shower. So like I'm like a lunch showerer or an evening showerer. Those are my preferred times of cleanliness.
I'm just saying, if I get up and I put on jeans at 8 a.m., I feel like the day is a little bit more productive than being in loungewear all day. Tomorrow, sweatpants, hoodie, all day. I'm going to sit here, relax, take some calls. You guys need anything, call me. I got you. I'm not taking my job's name on this fucking podcast, but I got you. If you need anything, just hit me up on a DM.
Well, then they cannot call you.
Just hit me in a DM. Hit me in a DM. If you need any musical gear, DM me. I'll help you out. Happily.
Do not DM for anything else, okay? For what it's worth. If you mess with my man, I'm gonna be the one to bring it to you. Heard that song the other day. Nivea, forgot about it. But honestly, I don't know. It's just more comfortable. Like, I don't feel like I'm more productive depending on what I'm wearing. I just like to be comfortable. And I think I'm going to sit in an Indian style regardless. And if I do it in jeans, it's going to be uncomfortable.
I think, yeah, I don't know. I struggle with being too comfortable sometimes. I think about like my poor mom. My mom, the most, because I'm getting older. And I realize like, oh yeah, they're all getting older too. They're all older. If I'm sore, they're fucking 30 years ahead of me.
Dude.
But like I sit in this chair and I just like hang out all day and I talk about things that I literally love. Like my day job, like as much as like anybody doesn't want to do a day job, the worst aspect of my day job is like just assholes, which is honestly few and far between for me. Truthfully,
it happens.
It does happen, but I think with just my personality kind of pushes them off. Even if they want to be an asshole, sometimes they'll start off a little gruff, and like I think just my personality, they're like, oh, this guy will help me. You know what I mean? I think they get that. But like I talk about things I love.
Yeah.
So like that's pretty cool. My mom goes and bees a paramedic at a fucking chemical factory.
Yeah. Yeah.
That fucking sucks. Fucking sucks. She loves that though.
Yeah.
She does love that. You know?
You said that so weird. First you said she bees a paramedic, which I wasn't going to touch
I'm tired,
on, but
guys.
then she says she does do.
We have been going today.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you. It's okay.
Yeah. I just finished a coffee at like 11 p.m., but that's totally fine.
You know what, though? I think that's also okay because sometimes
Or
like
ADD.
a coffee at night is like mad chill.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that as well. Sometimes at the end of the night, a little bit of caffeine, a little cafe. Quite delightful.
Ever since I started drinking coffee, that's one of the things I can have late. Even when I would work at my old warehouse job.
That's because you have ADHD. It's a stimulant. That shit brings us down.
It does. It weirdly does.
It's not weird. It's fucking chemically proven. It's fucking. That's how it works.
It does wake me up though too. It does what it's proper to do too. Also.
Well, I mean, it depends on the time of the day. I think probably, and depending if you're doing like brewed coffee or you know what I mean. Probably different ones hit differently. I would imagine.
We've had a Keurig for a really long time. We'll talk about coffee for a minute because it's one of my addictions. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do. We should have kept it too.
I can't. We
because
are
there is
already
sometimes
so cluttered in that fucking kitchen,
yeah.
though. Where would we have put it?
I do love when I set it at night, and then I wake up, and as soon as I open the bedroom door, I smell it, like the brewing coffee. That is one of my favorite aromas in the morning.
I think we got to do smaller pots, though, because we waste a lot of coffee.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing.
I haven't figured out the right formula yet.
I can show you. I got it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at a coffee pot myself. One bottle of water is like a cup and a little bit more. So if you just want one in the morning, and then I would say like, okay, so like one water bottle
usually drink
is
2
like
cups in the
4
morning.
good scoops. Okay, so you should do 2 water bottles or 1 1/2.
Okay.
2 water bottles or 1 1/2.
Other half goes in the dog bowl.
Exactly. And then I would do like 4 to 6 scoops.
Every time
But
I've
like
made
a good
enough
scoop.
coffee for both of us, you never drink it. And I always go, God damn
That's
it.
why you need to make less
Yeah.
because you're making too much. I don't
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee every single day.
Yeah.
I don't.
I do.
Sometimes I'm just in the mood for it.
Yeah. I do like it a lot.
And I drink mine black.
Yeah.
You at least put a little bit of cream in yours. I drink mine black as shit.
I
And then I'll
can
be
drink
like,
it
why
black.
does
It
my
just
stomach hurts?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, exactly. I'm not
No,
trying
I
to have
know it.
diarrhea poops at 10 in the morning.
I just have to drink water first, which is I'm trying to get in the habit of crushing 1 bottle of water before I have coffee to get my cortisol levels on track.
I do try to not drink my first cup of coffee till I'm up for at least an hour.
You should, well, and you probably do, but you should
Yeah.
drink a bottle of water. At least have some sips.
Oh, me?
Because you got.
I'm the water champ,
you gotta
baby.
Get those cortisol levels.
I'm the water
right.
champ, baby.
You got to get them cortisols.
I drink tons of water. You know what's
I've
funny?
been
I had to
trying
check
to.
off with Aubrey tonight. She
Well, that's
bought
because
a whole
she
bottle.
had
I was proud of her.
14 juice boxes and drank the same
She
root
loves
beer
water.
for 6 hours.
Yeah, the same root beer
For
6 hours. Hot ass root beer, summer ass root beer.
She's
sitting
like,
outside.
"Hey, Frank, is this the one that's been sitting on the back
I'll
table for
drink
2
it now.
hours? I'll have it.
How many
Thanks."
bees have been in it?
Bees.
Yeah, and then she chugged it. She's like, I love ice. I love Ice Mountains. This is my favorite water. I'm like, yeah, that's
You
my
gotta
girl.
get that rock water.
That's my girl.
I love
Spring
water.
Yeah,
I
spring
like,
water.
but I can't like drink it cold. Like if I'm gonna drink it
You
in
like an
excess,
RT.
I'm a RTHT,
RT.
RTH2O, room temp. I like an RT. Sometimes I like an RT LQ RQ, which is
I can't keep up, guys.
a room temp LaCroix. Right quick.
Dude,
Oh, I
a
said it
room
wrong.
temp LaCroix.
RT LC RQ. Sorry.
I burp thinking about that.
Sometimes they're a little too spicy. They're spicy. They get a little colder and it hurts my throat as it goes down.
I do a hiccup burp and it sucks.
Oh, God. I got scared. Right before we started, I freaking took the dog out and I had a hiccup. I go, no, please don't.
They're gonna get stuck with the night.
I thought I
hiccups.
was going to get stuck with the hiccups and I
We
hate
didn't.
them.
I mean, we didn't have too many drinks over there, but like, we
No.
had a day buzz on. I was sitting out there. I'm like,
Fresh
wait a
air will do it to
second.
you.
And we
Fresh
didn't
air.
eat before we went there.
Oh, God. I was starving
Yeah,
when we got there.
thank for that grilled food, but
I love grilled food.
yeah, I was
The taco salad was fire, too. I ate the
drinking
shit out
an
of that.
empty stomach essentially, but that wasn't smart. But
No, what you ate. We
Yeah.
ate. What are
We
you talking
ate.
about, empty stomach? I ate a whole ass cheeseburger.
whole ass cheese,
Which I would eat probably now and soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you. I want to talk about a couple of things.
yeah. Let's bring it home. We'll keep it a little bit shorter this week, guys. I'm
That's
honestly
okay.
running out of energy. So yeah,
That's okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
late. Have you heard of the 9-month cruise? The around
I don't
want to
go on
cruise?
a cruise, let alone
Okay,
9 months.
so I'm gonna pull it up, but like I forget that this is a thing. So there's this cruise, and it's like this cruise that goes around the world, and it like
You know, some old people don't even have houses, so like that seems like something like a retirement kind of couple would do.
okay, it's
know what I
fucking
mean?
insane. Actually, the first time I found out about it was probably 6 months ago, which is an insane thing to think about. That the cruise is still fucking going, because there's this gentleman whose TikTok I follow, and I can't think of his name, but he's funny. He's a very funny. He went on it for like a couple of weeks because they were like, he was talking about it, and they were like, come on
You
it.
can get on and off. You don't have to stay the full 9 months.
No, you don't have to stay the full 9 months.
That's good.
But okay, so a 9-month cruise. It's Royal Caribbean's ultimate world cruise.
That sounds like such hell. Oh my god.
The epic voyage lasting 274 nights offered a once-in-a-lifetime journey to all 7 continents, 60 plus countries, and
kinda sick.
150 port of calls. It is fucking sick, but
How do you buy
it's
that?
9 months.
How much does it cost?
Okay, pricing. I'm glad that you asked because I have it right
Hey,
here.
Royal Caribbean, shout us out, dude.
Hey, Royal Caribbean.
Give me a 1 week cruise.
Can
for
I
shouting
come
you
on
out.
it? Because this is insane
No,
that
I'm
your
not
guys
doing
are
9
doing
months.
this. I'll go on it.
You can do it
I'll
for 9
go on
months.
it.
Please. Rachel will do it for 9 months.
Okay, fuck off. If you dislike me enough to have me
I would
go
do it a
off
couple-
for 9 months, suck my dick
I would
and
do
let's do
2
it.
month intervals. I would like come see you
Go
every 2
fuck
months.
Off.
I
I'm
would
not
do like
going
a
on
week.
a 9-month cruise.
That'd be crazy.
Suck my dick.
Could you imagine getting pregnant and then just carrying the baby to term on the ship?
No.
That'd be insane.
I'm almost 40. I'm never getting pregnant ever
No,
again.
I didn't mean you. I just mean, I guess, in general. Right?
I can never imagine me being pregnant
The
ever
baby's
again.
name is just Royal Caribbean.
It's Royale.
Royal
Anyway, so
Caribbean.
fares range from $54,000 to $118,000, including complimentary amenities like airfare, hotel stays, and internet.
Hey, 60 grand, you get internet, dude. It's slow.
But it's a 9-month cruise. Well, but that's if you go for the full 9 months.
That's like tuition at sea.
When did it
essentially.
start?
It's like a college tuition at sea. 1 year college tuition at sea. I don't know how much college
The
costs.
start date was... No way. That's not right. Oh, I guess it did. Did they do it twice?
Dude, that's 18 months.
No, I think they did one and the other. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I guess it's not still happening. But it went from December 10th, 2023 to September 10th, 2024. That's disgusting. A December to September?
Yeah, that would be 9 months.
I know, but like when you say it in that way and you really think about it, like gross.
Hey,
Could you
Truth,
imagine?
in an alternate universe, like I remember we knew that one gentleman named Johnny Gutierrez, and he played the trumpet. And he gave me my
Way to
strings
dox
when
him.
I dropped them one time in Ross, which was super sick. So shout out Johnny. Got love for you.
Okay.
Remember that? That was cool when he did that. But he's like a cruise ship musician. And I actually kind of always thought that would be kind of cool.
I watched
Like I would go play guitar on a cruise ship a couple times a year to make
yeah,
some
but
money.
then you have to sleep in like the
crew quarters and shit.
and it's like that big.
I watched some vlogs.
I've watched some vlogs
I could do
too.
it for a short stint. I think that would be kind of cool.
But you don't do it. I think you get hired and you have to be there the whole season, right?
I don't have that knowledge, so I'm not sure.
I couldn't imagine that. I would think that if you get hired to be a musician,
I'm sure
on the
there's
cruise
different
ship, they want
contract
you.
lengths.
Sure, but they're probably longer than anything I personally would want to do.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
cool. I
think
was
I
saying
could
that I wanted to do that. I think,
No,
I
I
think
understand
that.
that. A conversation is when we both talk about stuff.
Oh,
So I was just relating to you and having conversation.
I'm
It's
saying
crazy.
that's how I would do a cruise. I wouldn't go on a cruise, but if I was like a cruise musician, I would be down for that. I wouldn't like I wouldn't be like, "What? Hey, babe, you want to go cruise this year?"
There's like
No.
there's like certain ones that are like
People love
sometimes
it,
I'm
dude.
like they do like a emo one. They do like a emo music
The
one.
Jera cruise.
Oh fuck that! I'll
The
never go
wrestling
on
one?
that. I'll never go on that. That one smells bad from a distance. It smells like sweat and gross. I might go to like the emo one. Like the Used was on one.
Yeah, they did like a boat. Yeah, that is weird.
I
They
would
did
do
an
the emo
one.
cruise, maybe.
Tell Keaton to play that one. Be like, hey, you guys should do that.
No,
That'd be cool. Let me come hang out
But
with you
they
for
get
1
the-
week.
they just get the bands that they.
That they play.
Yeah, that's what the emo cruise is. Is the bands, So they,
What was it called? The emo cruise called?
I don't fucking know. That's why I'm calling it the emo
Yeah.
cruise. I could probably look into that. It doesn't
Emo
matter.
cruise.
Emo cruise.
Hello,
is
my
actually
name
what
is
this
Emo
called.
Cruz. All right, let's wrap it up. Let's get out of here
You
this
guys-
week. I'm tired this week. Guys, we'll be back next week. I hope I edit this video good. I'm actually kind of
I
excited.
think you're gonna edit it in a way that's actually gonna be pretty entertaining.
I'm gonna
and
try.
I can already see that your creativity is going to come to
Yeah,
life.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure to do the show. I can hear my voice getting tired.
Yeah, I think we should probably get some fast food now.
Okay, I'm down for that. I hope everybody out there, I hope you guys get rest this week. I'm going to try to get some rest this week.
Yeah.
Take care of each other. Do
Take
something
care of
nice.
yourselves.
Do
Take
something
care of
nice
your
for a
loved ones.
stranger. Love each other.
Do
Love each
something
other.
nice for yourself.
All right, guys. We love you very much. We'll see you next week. I'm Andy.